Since Town Hall 13 got a new spell, let's exactly show you how to use the brand new Recall Hybrid attack for Town Hall 13, which makes Hybrid even easier. Now, in an anti-3 base, what you are always looking for is to remove the enemy clan castle, but also remove the Town Hall. This is going to be incredibly important, so try to clear as many buildings as you can by using maybe some funneling troops to make sure the queen removes the Town Hall. Then recall her and place her with your Barbarian King and Witches on the other side. This will create a simple lane to where you can send in the Hogs, Miners, Grand Warden, Royal Champion, and the Battle Drill. And of course, if you're wondering what the army composition is, here is the army comp with the recommended clan castle. The link to the army comp link is going to be in the description below. So, in order to be an anti-3-star base, you want to first start by funneling your Archer Queen. It's by far one of the most important things you will ever want to do, since you want her to go for the Town Hall, and that is really one of the major parts. Since the Town Hall is such a major defense, getting rid of it sooner rather than later is very, very helpful. In any case, going into the Town Hall usually means that you need to be prepared for the Barbarian King to show up. So use a couple headhunters early on, just before he locks on, but also after you remove something like a bomb tower. In my case, I used a rage since I knew I was going into the enemy clan castle, and even dropped a freeze that I missed on that Town Hall. And in any case, you shouldn't be afraid to use your queen ability, so that way she can stay alive, get more damage, because sometimes it might be way too much damage, so you gotta be really careful about that. But once you remove the Town Hall and the CC, you can recall her. Now at this moment, you will now be able to set up the other side of the funnel with the Witches and the Barbarian King. This is where you've got the Miners, the Hog Riders, the Grand Warden, Royal Champion, and even that Battle Drill. And in my case, I angled the Battle Drill so it worked to the right of the base towards the Infernos to create more of a funnel. I also used a heal spell early with a Grand Warden ability and a rage spell to move in. I did forget to use my Hogs, so I then placed in my Hogs to provide more support. The back-end heal spell provides a lot of value since you want to still keep your Miners and Hogs alive, and after that Grand Warden ability, since they're invulnerable and they really don't need any sort of healing, that provides them the most value. The Battle Drill, on the other hand, helps a lot in terms of creating the funnel and removing the Inferno Islands, making it easy for everything to start working together and easily tearing down buildings. At this stage, it's all cleanup, the Miners can do a ton of work, and the Battle Drill can remove any remaining defenses. Overall, it's a siege machine that can't really die if it's really supported by a lot of Hogs and a lot of Miners, providing so much value. Against a ring style base, Recall Hybrid is actually very strong on it. You are pretty much charging in not for the Town Hall, but for the enemy clan castle. You are also creating funneling from that side in order to get the most value. Outside of that, you'll recall her and use her on the other side with the King and the 2 Witches. This will create a narrow lane to where you can send in your Hogs, Miners, and your Battle Drill with your Grand Warden and Royal Champion as they work themselves through. And of course, if you're wondering what the army composition is, here is the army comp with the recommended clan castle. The link to the army comp link is going to be in the description below. So, in order to start this off, what I did is funnel the queen in. Sneaky goblins are really good. You can bring minions if there are any sort of builder huts, but pretty much all you're doing is you're setting up the funnel. It's a pretty easy way to just allow your queen to walk in. Whichever way she goes is really how you want to dictate it. But in this case, I wanted her to work down towards the king altar, just because it makes it easier when I send the hybrid in. If you're dealing with the king, you don't need to use a rage. Just use 2 headhunters. 1 or 2 headhunters is more than enough. In this case, I wanted to lure the CC out with them as well, and use the poison spell, specifically earlier before the super minions. They only hit 3 times, and you could freeze them up after they shoot those 3, and you should easily also get the headhunters and clear them out. This will be relatively easy for you in creating one side of the funnel, and then what you're able to do is pretty much recall her. That way you can take your queen and go from one spot, use your king and witches on the other side, and then place your queen down so she continues that funnel. She can be on the outside, she can be on the inside, it doesn't really matter. As long as you create a solid funnel to where the hybrid goes into the core of the base is what you will want to do. The queen can easily clear a lot of buildings from the outside, making it a lot easier. In my case specifically, a couple of the hogs went on the outside, but you also had the battle drill go on the outside, and that's completely fine. It provides even more support for your queen. As you work yourself in, you should use a heal, possibly use a rage, and the Grand Warren ability. This should remove the town hall, and that way what you're able to do is still keep a lot of your troops alive. At that point, you shouldn't have any spells. Your CC hog riders from your battle drill come out, do some really good work, use your royal champ ability, whether that's earlier or later, and then just allowing yourself to easily move through. The goal of this entirely is to pretty much just create a funnel on two sides, which is already easy enough to do with a queen charge, and just allowing yourself to then get a bulk of the defenses from the core, since usually that's where they are in ring bases, and just easily brushing through with the hybrid. It's a simple strategy that is made easy with the use of the recall spell. Now, teaser bases are one of the most annoying type of bases that some people will face. In order to make it easier, you always want to queen charge to the top. Now, in most cases, there will be Teslas up there will be an enemy clan castle, there will be heroes up there. So how do you take this on? Well, an easy way of doing this is actually using goblins and an invisibility to remove the enemy clan castle. What you're able to do by then is charge your queen in to remove the town hall and any other buildings. Whether she goes to the left or right, it really depends. But if she really goes in one direction to the left, then you want to hit from the right, because you've already cleared a specific key defense that's around there. You don't want that thing to stay up when you send in your hybrid. So you want to make sure that you are hitting from the opposite side of where your queen charge is going to go, recall her, move her to the other side with the king and the witches, and then hybrid straight through the middle. And of course, if you're wondering what the army composition is, here is the army comp with the recommended clan castle. The link to the army comp link is going to be in the description below. So in hitting a teaser base, you are going to start off with that invisibility spell and then the goblins. This is really good if there are a bunch of storages around the clan castle. If you're able to reach it, this can be very much worth it. That's what I did for the very least. In any case, I also used a Valkyrie to help remove the skeletons around there. And then I just let my queen sort of walk through. This is a relatively easy method, so that way you're not dealing with super minion and headhunter CCs all so often. And this also doesn't force your ability so early like I did with the anti-3. In any case, I also used headhunters to help remove the enemy queen and the enemy barbarian king. It makes it so much easier, so that way my queen doesn't take too much damage. So that's the only time where I would recommend heavily to use a rage, but in any case, use your rage spells when you need to. It shouldn't be something where you don't need to use it. You will need to use it in order to make sure to help your queen move through. In terms of removing the town hall, you'll definitely want to do that, because that town hall is going to be protected by a lot of fire, so keep that in mind. But in my case, the queen goes for the scatter. I recall her since she's able to easily remove that. So now I'm hitting from the left side. Since she removed the right scatter shot, I can use the king and the witches with the recalled archer queen and use a super wall breaker to break her in and get even more value and create better funneling. This now allows me to send the miners, the Grand Warden, Royal Champion, Battle Drill, and Hog Riders into the base. This provides so much support. That first heal spell even allows to keep a lot of those troops alive as we move into the multi-infernos. But with the Grand Warden ability, then the heal spell right after gives me a lot of momentum through. And using the free spells to help the hogs and the miners stay up is very important. In terms of this, I really take advantage of the stun from the battle drill. It provides a lot of value and it allows me to just easily work myself through. In hindsight, what's really nice about the battle drill is just how much support it gives for the stun and also for its ability to tank. I really enjoy this seed machine and it really gets a lot of work done with a hybrid, not really with anything else, so that's why I recommend it very much with the hybrid. Now, this is just one of the many type of strategies that we're going to be able to use with the recall spell. So if you want to see more stuff on it from the brand new update, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss those. And I'll be catching you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.